Hi everyone, today I'm gonna show you 4 ways to make clove oil for hair growth. I've already made 2 videos where I show you 2 other ways to make clove oil. The first one is the original Moroccan recipe and it's my favorite. The only problem is that you have to wait for a few weeks before using this wonderful oil. The second one is a clove oil recipe made with coconut oil. Coconut oil is a great alternative to make infused oils because of its chemical structure. In other words, coconut oil absorbs more easily the nutrients from plants. That's why I used it to make clove oil, or to be more specific, clove infused oil. This time you don't have to wait before using the oil, but I know a lot of naturals don't like to use coconut oil on their hair because it makes it dry, so I decided to experiment more and show you 4 other ways you can choose from to make clove oil. I'm gonna use olive oil again because this is what I had, but grapeseed oil is also a great alternative. For the first recipe, you need clove essential oil. In a small glass container, just add the oil of your choice. Here I'm using olive oil. Then add 15 drops of clove essential oil. Close your container and that's it. Your clove oil is ready to use. For the second recipe, you need 3 big tablespoons of clove buds. Add the cloves to your container. Then add the oil of your choice. You should add enough oil to cover the cloves, but here I'm adding a little bit more oil, twice as much as I should, just to experiment. Mix well and then close your container. This is the first step of this recipe. It's not finished at all. I'll show you the next steps later in this video. For the third recipe, you need 1 tablespoon of clove powder. Put everything in a container, then add the oil of your choice. Mix well. Then close your container. You can also shake it to homogenize everything. So here are the 3 clove oils that I've prepared so far. The first one is ready and the other ones are actually not because I was experimenting. Yes, I did those clove oils back in July last year. It took me forever to edit that video and it's finally here. I'm so happy to finally share this video with you guys. For the 2 other clove recipes, as I told you before, it was just an experiment. The goal was to try to make clove oil without using any heat. I let the clove buds and clove powder infuse in the oil for about 4 weeks. However, after 4 weeks, I could not see or smell a difference. The infusion didn't really work, so I decided to go some steps further to make an efficient clove oil. So what I'm gonna do is to put the oil with the clove buds in my blender. I'm blending everything very well. I want the clove buds to break down inside the oil so that they can release their contents more easily into the oil.
Look at this, it looks so yummy. Now there's a strong smell of clove. I'm gonna put everything back into the container. This is how the mixture looks like. Now I'm gonna let the container sit in a double boiler for about 15 minutes. Then I close it again and let it sit for a while. Here is my clove powder with olive oil. I'm gonna put the container in a double boiler as well. So as you can see, I didn't use any blender for the third recipe. After 15 minutes, I just remove it from the double boiler. Now it's time to filter my oils. I let them sit for about 7 weeks. My goal was not to necessarily let the oils sit for that long. 2 to 3 weeks was enough, I think, but I was busy with other stuff, so the time flew really quick, and here we are 7 weeks later. To filter my oils, I'm gonna use a filter cloth. You can also use a cheesecloth if you like. Here I'm filtering the oil with the clove powder. As you can see, there is no residue because the powder stayed at the bottom of the container. So I'm gonna use the same filter cloth to separate the second oil from the clove residues. Here, as you can see, the clove residue stayed at the bottom of the container as well because I didn't mix it before filtering, so that the filtration is easier that way and the cleaning process is also easier afterwards. So now I'm gonna compare the two clove oils that I've made. The first jar from the left contains pure olive oil. As you can see, the oil is way lighter. In the middle is the clove oil made with clove powder. And the last jar on the right is the clove oil made with clove buds that I mixed in the blender. As you can see, the clove oil made with the clove buds is way more concentrated, which makes sense because I really broke down those clove buds into the oil with my blender. I also wanted to say that when you use clove powder to make your clove oil, the oil will be less potent because the powder is not freshly made and has lost a lot of its volatile compounds. So here are my finished products. You can put them in an applicator bottle or any container of your choice and apply the oils to your hair and scalp to stimulate hair growth. Now I'm gonna show you another way to make clove oil. For this recipe, you'll need clove buds. Here I'm using about 25 grams of cloves. I'm gonna go ahead and put everything in a mortar and I'm gonna crush them as much as possible so that I obtain a powder. This is how it looks so far. When you crush your cloves, there will be a very strong smell of cloves. Now I'm satisfied with the powder I've got. Of course, it's not perfect, but the goal is to crush the cloves as much as possible to get a freshly ground clove powder that still has a lot of its benefits contrary to a ready-to-use clove powder that you would buy in the grocery store. I'm gonna put the clove powder in a bowl and add olive oil. This is how my mixture looks like. It has a very strong smell of clove, which is a very good sign. I'm gonna put the bowl in a double boiler for a few minutes and mix from time to time. After removing my mixture from the double boiler, I'm gonna use a cheesecloth to separate the oil from the powder. This is my finished product. After a while, you'll notice that there will be some clove deposits in your clove oil, so you just have to shake it before use. That's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. Don't hesitate to tell me what was your favorite recipe. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!